So Doc, I don't know much about vaccines. My parents were anti-vax. I'm not, but I don't know if it's going to be beneficial for me. What do they do?
Okay, so first of all, as you know, all around us there's germs, there's pathogens, things that will enter our body and try and attack our cells.
I know a thing or two about germs.
Right, yeah. So our body has an immune system and they compose of different kinds of cells. For example, there's one cell called the helper T cell. That just recognizes, hey, there's a pathogen attacking you.
What's a pathogen?
A pathogen is like a invasive cell
Oh,
or
it like
virus.
gives you the disease?
Yeah, something that can create this disease.
Okay.
And then it tells something called cytotoxic B cell, which are like the attackers. They just kill the virus, kill the pathogen before it hurts us.
The cytotoxic T cells?
Yeah.
Oh,
And the final
okay.
one is literally just B cells, and they create antibodies, which are what connect and start mingling with these viruses.
Okay.
So that's like the really complicated explanation. But what vaccines do is something really important. Like I said, there's what I said with helper T cells, right?
Right.
How they recognize.
Uh-huh.
Well, what vaccines do is help stimulate these T cells to create something called memory cells.
Okay.
The memory cells is literally memory. It remembers these pathogens and things that enter our body. And essentially the virus or the vaccine that enters our body is so minute of the virus. It's like an already dead version of that virus.
Okay.
Or it's like leftover parts. And essentially what it's doing is like, hey, body, recognize this. So then when an actual live version of that virus you come into contact with, it kills it instantly.
Oh, so like the body knows already what to do.
Yeah. So there's actually two phases. The first one's called the primary activation phase, which is like the first time you ever get exposed to like the flu or something.
Right.
And it can take up to 7 to 10 days for your body just to recognize and learn what they are.
Okay.
Before they can start attacking. When you get vaccinated, or if you get that virus again later, you get the secondary version of it, which essentially is just your body instantly recognizes and can, in 24 hours, it can defeat the pathogen. Which is why vaccines are so important,
Right.
Because vaccines will help our body react faster. Some benefits. You asked benefits.
Sure.
So aside from that obvious of like fighting and killing a pathogen way faster, it'll help your personal health.
Okay.
I mean, we've seen through hundreds of years, there's hundreds of different bad viruses in the world, and vaccines have helped destroy them or help us be immune from them.
Okay.
Another thing is it'll help your family members all around you. And I think the most important thing to understand with vaccines is that they are safe. I know that in the news we see many things, but they are safe.
I won't die if I get a vaccine.
No.
I'll be alive for. I'm just kidding.
No, you'll be alive forever, bro. You know
I won't die because of that. Okay.
I am part of the anti-vax group, Freedom Health Idaho, and I heard that a little kid got put into a coma because he had a vaccination, and it also gives you autism. So
Okay, so we have to look at both those arguments very seriously. First of all, little kid going into a coma is what you said?
Yeah.
A coma? First of all, that is super tragic, right? And
Little Timmy.
we feel super bad for little Timmy. But looking at the cold hard facts, these things are super, super, super rare. I mean, yes, it's horrifying to hear this one story, and we feel bad for little Timmy, but when we're also looking at the grand scheme of 7 billion people in the world, this happens to one person, it's very unlikely that happens. So, yes, it's tragic, and we hope the best for him, but just looking at the grand scheme of how many people get vaccinated on the daily basis and how many times this actually happens is minute. Second thing about autism, same thing. While we hear this a lot in the media about how vaccines cause autism, and there is a genuine fear of parents not wanting to harm their kids' health, in the end, it's the same argument. There's a very minute number of that, if that is provable. We have not seen it correlate thus far.
Always talking ergo propter hoc. Just because something happens after something else doesn't mean it caused it.
Right. And in the end, that's just something that hasn't been decided yet, and it doesn't look like they correlate.
all right, thank you.
Cool.